Bowling for Smurfs. What up, dude?
Hi, how are you today, Andy?
I'm awesome, dude. What's going on?
Not much, man. I just thought I'd chat with you. I love your content. I'm not gonna even lie, I do like Ackman's content too, from the beginning to today. And you gave me the chance, Jesus gave me the chance to talk to you, so I thought, why not, right?
Yeah, dude. And I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad that you like Ackman stuff, and there's room for him and me on this YouTube thing.
Oh yeah, dude, there's room for everybody, all right?
Yeah.
I guess my first question for you, and it's not really like politics or religion or anything. Would you say there are good games with wokeism and definitely bad games with wokeism?
Um, dude, I'm
Like
trying.
you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. That's a good question. I'm trying to think of
Okay.
a good. I'm trying to think of a
Like
good game.
something that doesn't force it down your throat, but it is there.
Well, I mean, is Cyberpunk?
Can I,
But see, what's
that Cyberpunk's only woke because you can create whatever character you want, just like Skyrim. Other than
right,
that, not really.
exactly.
Yeah, it's a furry's dream. Okay.
So, wait,
So those are cheats in my book, but it's
okay,
on my list of woke games.
right, but I think if it's a good, here's my point. Can't we only call games woke when they're bad? So I think you
Oh,
can't.
really?
I
Oh,
think so. I mean, I don't think you can call a game woke if it's because look, okay, Dustborn has like forced retarded diversity in it.
yes,
And
yes,
and
yes.
it's all forced in and it's trash. But Cyberpunk had diversity, but I think it didn't bother anybody. Nobody said Cyberpunk was woke because it did it correctly. So
Okay.
maybe
Okay, I get where you're coming from though. Okay. So
maybe
like it
yeah.
does Cyberpunk does the diversity perfect, but like a woke game is just a terrible diversity game. Okay, so that's my incorrect definition.
Well, dude,
I'll admit that.
I don't know. That's how I define it. But I guess you're saying that
It
you
makes
define
sense
it.
though. No, that makes sense.
But you're
No, that
saying,
actually logically.
I mean, but you're saying maybe if you define Cyberpunk as like, okay, Cyberpunk has a trans character in it, therefore
Yes.
it's a woke game now because there's one, like, that driver chick and you can completely avoid her. By the way, I always tell people that, like, dude, okay, there's one
Yeah,
trans
if
person
you
in
choose
Cyberpunk,
to.
and you can completely avoid them.
My example of a good one was actually going to be Spider-Man 2. I'm not going to lie.
Dude, didn't it have like
It,
a okay? I haven't played Spider-Man
they
2.
made Black
Somebody said there
Cat
was like a
bisexual. That's what they did. But other than that,
oh,
there's
dude,
not much really going on.
but dude, they made Mary ugly.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true. That's just true.
And they had,
And I mean,
and there was like a gay side quest where you got some dude's
yeah,
girlfriend back with him.
Miles Morales's
Yeah, yeah,
side quests have a lot of transgender characters, whereas Peter Parker's has a lot of cis characters by definition.
yeah.
And
It's pretty
you can
woke.
avoid them. They're all side quests. But think about this. Think about this in real life, right? If you avoid somebody in real life because they're trans or gay, you could be missing out on a big money opportunity if it's part of your job. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I think all of this stuff that people are talking about with the anti-woke stuff is we just don't want modern politics put we don't want
I
modern politics put into games.
I agree. And
So
a good
and so like
example for me.
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, you first, bro.
No, go ahead, dude. Go ahead.
All right. My perfect example for that, dude, is I was really hyped about Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. And then every NPC has some political bullshit opinion. And it's like, I'm not here to talk about capitalism and socialism. I'm here to shoot motherfuckers in D&D. Like, and I just,
Yeah.
and then there's this whole, and then that's the politic part of it. There is an actual shitty gameplay element. They make you do this little pokey world, like, like walking around and collecting things. And if you don't do it, you'll never reach the level you're supposed to be. And it's just a terrible grind. It's worse and worse and worse. I thought Borderlands 3 was all right back then. And I mean,
Okay.
that was still diverse as fuck.
Oh
But
yeah, dude.
oh god,
The what's the name of the studio that does Borderlands? It's Randy Pitchford.
2K,
Gearbox.
right?
Gearbox.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, Gearbox went woke, and Borderlands
Yep.
2 was still pretty based. But if you watch
Yep.
videos of Randy Pitchford, like it's all his staff.
Mm-hmm.
Like his staff is a bunch of like fat purple haired lesbians now. And so they're like, oh, inclusion. We have to be included in everything, and that's why their games are trash now. Like Borderlands 3 was
Yeah.
complete trash. The movie was complete dog shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me give you another interesting example. So, and let me ask you: is it possible you're more lenient?
Ask me any questions you
Dude,
want. Anything. Hit me
dude,
hard right on the.
dude, I think Spider-Man 2 had just as much woke stuff as Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Is it possible you're willing to overlook it because you really like Spider-Man?
You know, at first it wasn't that. I was willing to quit the game at first, but the problem is, dude, the game likes to immerse you in feeling like man in the comics.
Yeah,
It's a very original story.
yeah, it's a
It,
fun game.
yeah, it really it got me, bro. I fell for the trap. Admiral Akbar. It was a trap. You're right. It and then another thing is they don't like brainwash Black
Right.
Cat. She says she just really loved Peter Parker and she doesn't want to love another man if she can't love Peter Parker. So
Right.
she goes to Paris to save her girlfriend, and that's the end of that conversation because she literally goes to Paris.
Somebody said Borderlands was always a bad crap game. Ooh, what a terrible take. What a terrible,
I mean,
untrue take.
no, they kind of go downhill at prequel, but 2 was the good days. That's where it kind of started declining.
Yeah, no, 1 and 2 were good games. Very good games.
I won't lie. I'm a little woke, I'm a little woke myself in the society according to my stereotypes. But I do have my faith in Christ. I did a scholar run after my father died back in 2020. Disclaimer, he did not die from COVID. He died from his pacemaker just turning off. And he was he grew up in the 80s and he grew up doing Scarface things. And he never actually hurt anybody, but he would go down to Florida, pick it up, bring it back. And then he had me, lived a whole normal life, divorced my mom, and then started getting very religious. And at that time, I was already outed as bisexual. I had already tried things that, I'm not brainwashed into believing I'm bisexual either. And I don't believe there's any gay gene. I don't think God made me this way. I tried it, I liked it, and now I don't want to give it up. And then I met a girl, and then I gave it up, and now we've been dating for 2 years. And that's about it. End of story. So,
who are you gonna vote for in November?
I am gonna vote for Donald Trump because the thing is a lot of people don't understand how capitalism actually works, and because they just can't wrap their brains around it, they would rather live in denial and just vote for the other person. See, how capitalism and inflation works is if you raise the taxes on the rich, who is in charge of our consumption prices? The rich. So capitalism says, hey, it's not fair that Democrats want to raise their taxes when not all rich people were born rich. Some of them really worked their asses off to get there. Look at LL Cool J and Eminem right there. They both were raised in ghetto ass neighborhoods and they worked their asses off to get where. And now you want to make them pay for everything, and they're not going to make us pay for everything. They're just going to increase the prices on their products, and then we're going to have to pay for everything because equal opportunity. At least that's how I've always saw it, and I've always been explained to it. So I don't want them raising taxes because every time they raise taxes, in my state where I'm from, Michigan, a gallon of gas back in 2019 when I worked at the gas station while Donald Trump was still in office was $1.99 out the sorry, I'm stuttering. Out the door at a gas station. If you went next door to the local grocery store, you could get it for 89 cents. The 6 months after Joe Biden's inauguration, his election, the milk went up to $3.49. I couldn't freaking believe it, dude. It
Yeah,
was the
trash.
weirdest thing I've ever seen. I also watched gas go from 189 to 367 in 180 days.
Okay, so I realized the irony of me telling Trump that he could have done better in the debate because I just did terribly in a debate as well. But but dude,
I think
I feel like all Trump had to do was be like, oh, why aren't you doing it now? Why aren't you doing it now? Like Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, like well, no, seriously, because she keeps saying like, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. And I think that's why she kept things so vague in the debate.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you're in office right now. Just do it right now. Oh, wait, you're not. The country's trash. So
the one thing I couldn't believe from the election, this one's a biased opinion, but Donald Trump looked like he just drank 3 shots or 3 normal whiskey glasses of bourbon and he was ready to fight in the parking lot. But now here's the thing. Kamala Harris also looked like she just drank 3 wine glasses of red wine and she was ready to go fight in the parking lot. I'm like, I was like, hold on now. Did they both drink before this? Because someone's going to murder somebody.
Yeah, dude,
shit.
She was ready for it.
They were both ready for it. The one thing that
she was more ready for it. She was
the one thing I always make a pro and con list when an election comes because I'm a neutral deterrent in politics because in my biased opinion, my faith, I believe politics is Lucifer's big game of lies. And as long as you're the best liar, you get to be president and think you run the country. But the truth is you don't because the people voted you in. And the rich run the country because they're the people, because they make the prices of their corporations. So it just all comes down to, like, honestly, people would rather just live la 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 than just educate themselves for 5 minutes. Because, and that's the reason our country, like Donald Trump said, is going to get bunker busted. A little fun fact about me, dude. I grew up, my favorite, not my favorite game of all time, but one of my top 5 favorite games was Dead Rising. And when I was
Dead Rising, let's go.
And I didn't even buy the remake.
Do you like the original?
Yeah,
dude,
Frank West is my favorite protagonist.
Yep.
By the way, I love Cyberpunk. I love The Division. I love all time. Excuse me, by the way. Excuse me. I love Tom Clancy's. I love his books. I love his shows. I don't know what it is.
Hey, Bowling, I got to get some other people in here. But did I hear?
Oh, that's fine. One of my top 5 favorite games. And the rich run the country because people would rather just live la 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 than just educate themselves for 5 minutes.
The original? Do you like the original?
Yeah, dude, Frank West is my favorite protagonist. Yep. By the way, I love Cyberpunk. I love The Division. I love all time. Excuse me, by the way. Excuse me. I love Tom Clancy's. I love his books. I love his shows. I don't know what it is.
Hey, Bowling, I got to get some other people in here. But did I hear
you
that's correctly? Fine. Hang on. Did I hear you correctly that you were bisexual and now you are not?
Yes.
Now you're married or you're with a girl?
I'm not married. I am with a girl. Okay. But I mean, we do things that aren't normal. But what stays behind closed doors stays behind closed doors. Right?
Okay.
But
all right. Well,
we plan on getting married. But it was nice talking to you, man. Yeah, dude, I hope you have a good night.
Yeah, dude. All right. See you later. Bye.
Yep.